Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss on Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is the upper house of Indian Parliament. We are having bicameral system in India. Bicameral system means having two houses for the Parliament. The upper house is called Rajya Sabha and the lower house is called Lok Sabha. Yesterday, we had discussed about Lok Sabha. Today, we are going to discuss about Rajya Sabha. So, Indian Rajya Sabha has got maximum membership of 245. Out of those 245, 233 are elected by the MLAs of different states. So, we usually do not hear about the elections to Rajya Sabha. There are a fixed number of seats to every state. So, if the candidates are the same as the recorded seats, mostly there will be no elections. They will be declared as elected unopposed according to the number of the MLAs in the house. So, 233 are elected by the members of legislative assemblies. Then there are 12 members who are nominated by the President of India as per the recommendations of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. We call it executive. So, the total membership is 245. So, you see the 12 members. How that 12 is decided, we will come to the next slide, we will understand. Here you see the present Vice President of India is the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. He is Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. Whoever is the Vice President of India is the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. That is called ex officio, by the grace of the office. Whoever is the Vice President of India, he is the Chairman. That is ex officio, by the grace of the office. Because Indian Vice President doesn't have any important official responsibility when President is doing his duty or her duty. So when President is not doing the duty, then Vice President acts as a President. Otherwise, Vice President is the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. The members of the house get 6 years. It is not term of the house like a Lok Sabha, but it's term of the members of the house. Because in Lok Sabha, every member gets 5 years. But in Rajya Sabha, every member gets 6 years. In Lok Sabha, after 5 years, all the members simultaneously lose the membership. But when it comes to Rajya Sabha, it doesn't happen. It's a permanent house. That means all the members will not lose the membership of Rajya Sabha. Every time there will be some members in Rajya Sabha. But in Lok Sabha, once the election is declared or house is dissolved, all of them will lose the membership. None of them are members until and unless they get elected and take oath. So that is the difference. But how the shift is taking place, change is taking place? 1/3 of the members retire on every 2 years. You see, term is 6 years and 1/3 of them retire on every 2 years. Now I give an example of it. It is not original exactly what has happened when the Rajya Sabha was formed. You think just the house was formed in 1950 with 60 members. 60 members were elected from different states of India. Just think like that. Then you think that total membership of the house was planned as 180. So, in 1950, 60 were elected. In 1952, next 60 were elected. In 1954, 60 were elected. So, but in 1950, 180 members were elected and house is full. Full strength is there. So those who have joined in 1950 have completed their 4 years of being a member of the house in 1954. Now let's see what happened. So those who got elected in 1950 completes their 6-year term in 1956 and they retire. So their complete 6-year term is over. They get out of the house. Automatically their term ends. Then what happens? Election is taking place to those 60 seats where they have retired. Not for all the seats, only those 60 seats who have become the members in 1950. So again house is full. In 1958, we know what happens. Those who have joined in the year 1952 complete their 6-year term and they join in the retirement team. This process continues. Every 2 years, 1/3 of them will retire. This is what is the procedure of Rajya Sabha. So every 2 years it happens. Presently it happens every 2 years. Then officially there are 12 members nominated. Those 12 members also it is like that. 4 of them will retire on every 2 years. This year 4 will retire, next 2 years, next 4, like that they will be going on shifting. And those who retire can be re-elected. No restrictions in re-electing them to Rajya Sabha. They can be re-elected. There is no problem. That is legally accepted. That is the speciality of Lok Sabha. And the members who can lose the membership also. Somebody may resign from their post. Somebody may die when they are in the post. Those vacancies, if a person dies after 4 years of being an MP of Rajya Sabha, if a person gets elected to that vacancy, he will get only remaining 2 years. He will not get a 6 years term. And Karnataka has got 12 members. So every 2 years, 4 members are elected to Rajya Sabha from Karnataka. From Kerala, 9 are there, so 3 are elected. From UP, 36 are there, so 12 are elected on every 2 years. This is the election procedure of Rajya Sabha. Okay. And when it comes to the powers of Rajya Sabha, except financial and control of the executive, both the houses have equal powers. Money matters. Power is given to Lok Sabha. And the executive, that is a cabinet and the prime minister, remain in power if majority members in Lok Sabha support the government. But if majority members in Rajya Sabha oppose the government, no problem, government can survive. Government may face a problem of passing a bill. That is all. So all other bills should be passed by both the houses. Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha has got equal power in all the bills. And money bills can only be introduced in Lok Sabha, not in Rajya Sabha. First, the bill should be presented to the Lok Sabha. But here there is a contradiction. We can see that the term of the Vice President is 5 years. He is a chairman of Rajya Sabha, but his term is 5 years. Because Vice President's term is 5 years. Other members get 6 years. So if an ordinary MB to Rajya Sabha and Vice President, both of them come to the house at the same year or same day, Vice President will have to go 1 year before that, before the other person. The other person will get 1 more year. That is the speciality of it. And to run the house, when the Vice President is on a leave or some other reasons or some other responsibilities are there, one member is elected from the members of Rajya Sabha. He is known as a deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha. Present person is Harivansh Narayan Singh from Bihar. He belongs to Nitish Kumar JDU political party. His term is 6 years. Other members of the house get 6 years. As I told you, passing of the bill, if there is a conflict between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, both are MPs. In financial matters, Rajya Sabha has no responsibilities. It cannot do anything. Maximum, it can keep a bill that is passed by Lok Sabha 14 days under its control. After 14 days, the bill will be declared as passed by both houses and go to the president for signature. That is on financial matters. But all other things, both the houses have got equal powers. Normal rule making. Both houses should pass a bill to become law. And other than money bills can be introduced in any house. I hope you know what is a bill. Bill is a suggestion to make a law. So if there is a conflict between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, there can have a joint sitting. The parliament, the constitution has given a provision for joint sitting because there can have a conflict. When a conflict is there, it should be resolved To find a solution to that problem is joint sitting. And it is written in the constitution that joint sitting will be presided over by the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Why? The membership of Lok Sabha is more, and members are elected directly by the people. So naturally, that provision is given to Lok Sabha. Because in Lok Sabha, sometimes the ruling party may not have majority. Now also present situation is around same. BJP is not having majority in Lok Sabha. So when they are not having majority in Lok Sabha, to pass the bill, they may have to take these steps. But most of the time, the Rajya Sabha will agree for passing of rules and regulations, because to run a country, rules and regulations to be made, and it will be passed by the parliament. So if there is a conflict, joint sitting will be there. In the joint sitting, when the majority members of Lok Sabha and some members of Rajya Sabha join together, the bill can be passed. That is the situation. So the ruling party can pass the bill at such a time because the strength of the lower house is double than the upper house. Bills will be passed by if majority members agree. So if both the houses join together, what happens? Strength becomes 788. It's not thinking, it is a reality. Okay? Because 543 plus 245. So total strength becomes 788. So majority is 395. If 395 members of together in the joint sitting agree, any bill can be passed. So if the ruling party is having 300 members in Lok Sabha and 95 members in Rajya Sabha, support a bill can be passed. So 395 is enough to pass a bill. But there are some times bill can be passed by 2/3 majority to pass a constitutional amendment, to remove the president. So there are some provisions. Sometimes a bill should be passed by 2/3 majority. Otherwise, the bill will be passed by simple majority. Simple majority means 50% plus 1. That yesterday I have shown you. It's a simple majority. So if 395 members are supporting the ruling party or the bill to be passed, it can be. Now the ruling party is having around 320 members in Lok Sabha and around 110 members in Rajya Sabha. So they will get 430 if there is a joint sitting. But totally in India, joint sittings were held only 3 times. That is, one in 1961, Dowry Prohibition Act. So there was a friction between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So joint sitting was done, and whatever were the thinkings of the Lok Sabha has taken place in 1961. Then second joint sitting was there, Banking Service Commission Act. When Indira Gandhi wants to nationalize the banks, the upper house members were not ready to accept majority. Some were agreeing, some were not agreeing. So to pass the bill, there was a joint sitting. In 2002, there was a bill named POTA, Prevention of Terrorism Act. This bill also was passed by joint sitting. At that time, Vajpayee was the Prime Minister. Then there was in 2008, there was a meeting for women's reservation. You know, there was a discussion, bill was presented to the parliament to have 33% reservation for women in state legislative assemblies and to Lok Sabha. So the bill was passed in Lok Sabha but not passed in Rajya Sabha. There was a plan to have a joint sitting but did not take place. The bill became disfunctional. Now the bill is not there. Nobody discusses about the bill. After Mr. Modi has become the Prime Minister, there is no discussion about the reservation for women to Lok Sabha or to Rajya Sabha. We don't know what is the reason. Anyway, no demand for reservations and it is not taking place. Absolutely, it is a dead activity. So, these are the provisions of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So,